Welcome to my review of the Rad Power Bikes RadRunner Max, Rad's most advanced e-bike yet with all the bells and whistles. Like radar, a feature that has me curious, how useful is it? Plus we've got some new accessories never available on a Rad Power Bike, like the dual battery system, their new Caboose. So how did Rad Power Bikes do? That's what we're going to find out in this full review. First, I'll walk you through all the features, all the specs in our walk around. Then I'll put tires to pavement in our first person riding footage, talk about how the bike performs, hopefully get some vehicles behind me to test out the new radar. And finally, I'll wrap things up with some third-person riding footage where I'll give you the pros and cons. But first, let's take a closer look. Quick word from our channel sponsor Upway before we dive in. If you're looking to score a great deal on an e-bike or sell one you're ready to part with, Upway has you covered. They offer professionally refurbished e-bikes for up to 60% off retail, each reconditioned by experts and backed by a 1-year warranty plus a 14-day money-back guarantee, so you can shop with total confidence. Upway partners with top brands like Rad Power Bikes, which means you'll find deals you won't see anywhere else, like this 2023 RadRunner Plus for just $11.99, or this 2023 RadRunner 3 Plus with under 100 miles for just $16.49. Selling is just as easy if you have a used e-bike to let go of. Simply fill out a quick form online to get an instant offer. Accept it and Upway sends you a free shipping box. Once they inspect your bike at their warehouse, you get paid. Ready to check out the latest deals? Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to browse today's inventory. Big thanks to Upway for supporting the channel. Now let's get into today's ride. So what you're looking at is the top tier model in the RadRunner series from Rad Power Bikes. And yes, I accessorized it to our needs, being able to haul kids, and some extra range never hurts as well. So within the lineup, you have the standard RadRunner, then you have the RadRunner Plus, and then of course the RadRunner Max. We've reviewed all of them, so check out all of our reviews if you're considering a RadRunner. But by the end of this video, you'll have a good idea of why this particular model has earned the Max badge. Let's start with price. It's currently priced at $22.99, though you can check the latest deals using the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen. Also, using our links before you buy is a free way to support the channel, so thanks for your support. More recently, it's worth mentioning that Rad Power Bikes is making an increased effort into more bike shop partners. But generally speaking, Rad Power Bikes has just been in the e-bike game forever at this point. And beyond that, the RadRunner has also been in the lineup forever. So if that says anything about the popularity of their RadRunner series, they've just received improvements over time. Total payload capacity is 420 pounds, 120 pounds on the rear rack. The bike weighs in at 82 pounds, 72 pounds if you remove the battery. It fits riders 4'11" up to 6'2", and something you don't often see, you can leave it in moped mode and just cruise. But the seat is adjustable in case you want full leg extension. I'm 6 feet tall with a 32-inch inseam, and my wife is 5'5". The bike is IPX6 rated and is offered in one colorway, this deep emerald green that I personally really like. We might as well talk about the awesome dual-legged kickstand. Simply put your foot in front of it and rock the bike forward. Very easy to do. And to deploy the kickstand, simply push down with your feet and rock the bike back. Awesome job, Rad Power Bikes. Next, let's dive into the rest of the components. The hydraulic disc brakes come from Gemma. They are paired with 180mm rotors, both in the front and in the rear. The tires are custom to Rad Power Bikes. They are 20 by 3.5 inches wide. They're a multi-surface tread pattern and have a reflective sidewall. I'm happy to see that the front wheel attaches with a through axle. You get plastic fenders front and full coverage in the rear. The front suspension fork comes from EX Show. It offers 80 millimeters of travel, preload adjustment on the left, lockout on the right. This is what you can expect. The front light runs off the main battery, has a high beam option, and you also can have the light flash. Same goes for the rear. It's also brake actuated. You can also have it solid on. There's also turn signals, and this is also where the radar is, so we'll see how that works. Their 4-bolt pattern for mounting their front mounted accessories. Highly recommend. You get 2 RFID tags for unlocking your bike, BMX style handlebars, move them further away or closer to you depending on your preference. There's locking, ergonomic rubber grips, matching Gemma hydraulic disc brake levers with motor cutoffs, a left mounted bell, Shimano's 8-speed trigger shifter, and yes, still a right mounted twist grip throttle. Next, the display and the controls. Under the control pad is a USB-C port, power button on top. In the top left, we have wattage output. Top center, we have a battery capacity and estimated range. Because we have both batteries installed here, it says 140%, and the estimated range does change depending on the pedal assist level. You'll see that in a second. In the top right-hand corner, we have odometer. Hitting the M button will give you additional information, including trip time, trip distance, and class level. We have turn signals, left and right. You can turn on the lights by holding pedal assist up, indicator at the top. You can also have them auto on and flashing or auto on and solid. You can turn them off by holding pedal assist up again. Another option for the lights are to engage the low beam, which is this bottom button on the control pad. You'll see that the indicator is now blue. To engage walk mode, hold pedal assist down. Front and center, we have current speed. Then we have the pedal assist levels off, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. To get into the advanced settings, hold the M button. You can reset your trip distance and time. You can change the class. Class 1 will disable the throttle, top speed of 20 miles per hour. Class 2, top speed of 20 miles per hour, but you can use the throttle. Class 3, both 25 and 28, still allow throttle usage up to 20 miles per hour, pedaling up to 25 or 28. And if you're curious, California Class 3 makes this a true Class 3 electric bike, meaning the throttle is completely disabled, but you can still pedal up to 28 miles per hour. We'll be testing it in Class 3 for speeds up to 28 miles per hour. You can change the units, screen brightness. In security, you can set a passcode. And then there's more settings. You can either enable or disable the lock screen, change the passcode, and yes, there's RFID tags with this bike, so I'll show you that as well. So we are going to add this tag. There we go. There's also a digital key. This allows you to unlock your e-bike with your phone when you approach it utilizing Bluetooth. And this bike does have Apple Find My for iPhone users. And then there is a guest mode as well. So now when I turn the display back on, I can use the passcode or just tap the RFID key. There we go, bike is unlocked. Rounding out the settings, you have service. This is where you have service reminders. And finally, radar, which I can't wait to show you in the upcoming first-person riding footage. This is where you can turn it on or off. And then finally, there's info. In battery info, it tells you your cycle count. And that's it for the display and controls. Thanks to these handlebars, there's tons of room for mounting third-party accessories. This is Rad's semi-integrated battery. To remove it, insert the keys, turn to the right, it will pop up, and you can remove it. This is a 48 volt, 14 amp hour battery. It's certified to UL 2271. The entire bike's electronics are certified to UL 2849. And even more than that, Rad has coined the term Safe Shield. What does that mean? Well, this battery is potted, so in the unlikely event of a fire, it's going to help prevent the fire from moving from one cell to the next. You can see the current charge level by pushing this button here. The charge port is right here, and you charge it up with Rad's 2 amp charger, so it'll take 7 hours to charge from empty to full. You also get a toolkit with some tools for assembly, a terminal cover, which comes in handy for transport. That goes right here. And for extra protection of your expensive e-bike battery, check out our battery bags at shop.ebikeescape.com. It's a roll top style bag. It's waterproof and flame resistant. Simply roll it up, clip, and you do have a handle This and other high-quality e-bike accessories available at shop.ebikeescape.com. Thank you so much for your support. To put the battery back in, terminals first, and simply snap into place. And of course, you can remove the keys. Since we're already talking about batteries, let's talk about the range extender. You can buy it separately or together with a semi-integrated battery. It does have a separate set of keys. And if you want to remove the battery, simply turn it to the right here. That pops down, and then you can slide the battery out. And to put the battery back in, simply slide it into place. The charger port is located beneath the battery right here. And then you can lock the battery and remove the keys. There's plastic pedals and 2 mounts for perhaps mounting the best water bottle cage on the market. You get Rad's more sleek RadRunner saddle. And the beauty of that when you have the passenger pack installed is it's pretty seamless. Here's some of the extra cables for the dual battery setup, dual leg kickstand. Now let's get to a new accessory for the RadRunner. This is the RadRunner Caboose. It used to be that you needed to buy a full cargo e-bike to have some protection for your kids in the rear. The way the child gets in is this quick release system, and it simply lifts up. It comes with the rear cushion, but you will need to buy the passenger kit, which includes this seat here, these pegs, and the wheel guards. Note that the RadRunner Caboose does have a payload capacity of 100 pounds. You get a 750 watt peak rear hub motor with 90 newton meters of torque. That is engaged with a torque sensor, which I'm going to talk all about in the first person riding footage. The derailleur is Shimano Altus, and you have 8 speeds, 11 to 34 teeth in the back, 50 teeth in the front with this dual-sided chain guard. Nice chain stay protector. Let's get into some first person riding footage. We are going to start our testing with throttle only, then I'll get into all the pedal assist levels, test it out up to 28 miles per hour, the only RadRunner that can do that. And then I'll talk about radar, how it works, is it helpful? And then we'll get into our hill climb test. But first, throttle only. You have full access to the throttle in any pedal assist level, even with pedal assist turned off. And just a note, I've noticed that our RadRunner Max kind of stutters on throttle only. I'm working with Rad Power Bikes to see if that's a controller issue, so I'll update whatever the outcome is of that in the comment section. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, throttle only. 7, 8, 11, 13, 16, and there is 20 miles an hour, and I feel the bike backing off. One of the things that I really like that Rad has stuck with is the right-hand twist grip throttle. Now, yes, it is a personal preference. You can let me know whether you like twist grip or thumb throttle down in the comment section. But Rad has proved that you can use the trigger shifter with the twist grip throttle. And one of the reasons I really like the twist grip throttles is, generally speaking, it seems like the twist grip throttles are a little bit easier to modulate. And what I mean by that is I can just hold the throttle just a little bit and cruise at 11 miles an hour. It's not like you have to go 20 miles per hour while using just the throttle. So it's a little bit easier to dial in how much power you're getting from the motor. All right, next, let's go through the various pedal assist levels. Remember, this bike is using a torque sensor. What does that mean? Well, the more power that I put into the pedals, the more power I get from the motor. It's going to reward me for my additional power from my legs. We'll start off in pedal assist level 1, first gear. Nice and easy, gentle takeoff, and cruising at 8 miles an hour. I need to shift up here though, so I can provide some effort. Third gear, there we go. Fourth gear, I usually prefer a little bit of a slower cadence. So nice and easy, 11 miles an hour in pedal assist level 1. And just a little bit more power. All right, so we did get up to 15 miles an hour in pedal assist level 1, putting in a little bit more effort. Let's go into pedal assist level 2. I'm going to shift up into 5th gear, that's of 8. So it seems so far that this torque sensor is tuned, so it's pretty easy to get a decent amount of power from the motor. Very easily in 5th gear, and then a little bit more leg power. There we go, 17 miles an hour. I'm going to shift up into 6th gear. 18 miles an hour, and this is still a cadence I could maintain for a long time. Let's see if we can hit 20, putting in even more effort. I am working pretty hard now, I will admit, 20 miles per hour. Really happy to have that front suspension fork on this road. All right, pedal assist, level 3. Around 300 watts, it's bouncing around a bit. Cruising around 16 miles an hour, 17, and a little bit more leg power. I'm going to shift up to 7th gear. All right, much easier to hit 20 than pedal assist level 3. Let's go into pedal assist level 4. See what the cruising speed is. We'll stay in 7th gear. Now we're using around 400 to 500 watts. And now I'm able to maintain 19 miles an hour very easy. A little bit more leg power. Instantly get a response from the motor. 22, 23. I did see it hit 750 watts. A little bit more leg power, 24. All right, let's see what pedal assist level 5 feels like. Now we're hitting 700 watts. Comfortable cruising at 20, 21. All right, let's see if we can hit 28 miles an hour. Shift up to 8th gear. All right, a little bit more leg power. I can hit 25. I could still do this for a long time. And then a little bit more effort. 27 on the display at least. And there's 28 according to the Rad display. There's the GPS reading 28. And no problem with these brakes. All right, again in pedal assist level 5, a decent amount of wind coming at me, but it's not too hard to get the 750 watts from the motor that I'm seeing on the display. So yeah, mid-20s, very doable. And then you need to work a little bit more for 28. There we go. All right, let's talk briefly about ergonomics. I'm a big fan of these BMX style handlebars. Very comfortable riding position. Taller people will feel a little bit more like they're towering over the handlebars, but to be honest with you, it's not a riding position that I dislike by any means. I really like the ergonomic grips. I already talked about the twist grip throttle. The seat is certainly more comfortable than the one on the RadRunner and the RadRunner Plus. I think it's mostly the shape of the seat. Of course, you can get something more comfortable if you'd prefer. And overall, I just like the increased confidence that these tires give you, a little bit wider. And this is just a fun, playful bike, especially for urban environments. And if you need to, it can certainly handle some crushed gravel. Suspension helping there as well. I wanted to show you to the best of my ability how the radar works. I'm in a bike lane. This seems like a good spot to test this. There's a share the road sign right in front of me, and I'm going to record the display so you can see what it looks like when a vehicle is approaching. We have one coming in front of us. We'll see if it records that. It does give you a 40-degree angle, so right there, it thought a vehicle was behind me, but it was actually coming towards me. That's likely due to the 40-degree angle that they tell you about. And now there's a vehicle approaching. So you can see on the display, it lights up yellow and then tells you a speed and shows you how close the vehicle is to me. Now, the speed you see, that's the relative speed. Got a big semi coming. It's going to pick up anything that's moving 6 miles per hour or faster than me. And so it can detect them from 100 meters behind me. We'll see. I'll kind of call out when I see a vehicle is approaching, at least according to my display. And you can kind of look behind me. There's a car that just passed in front of me. And that one did not get picked up on the display. This is the first bike that I've actually tested out that has this functionality. All right, vehicle coming, 9 miles per hour, 6 miles per hour. All right, and then it stays on the display just a little bit longer, like the vehicle's already in front of me and it just turned off. Now, does this radar replace having a mirror? Definitely not. However, it is nice to have something that's bright yellow on your display. Maybe you're not paying as much attention as you should be. It does do a pretty decent job of letting you know that someone's coming up behind you. Now, is it perfect? No, I don't think it's perfect. I mean, sometimes you're riding on sidewalks, sometimes you have to go on a sidewalk. All right, we have a vehicle coming. There we go, did a perfect job. So sometimes you're riding on a sidewalk, sometimes you inevitably just have to be going towards traffic. So in those instances when there's just tons of cars around, sometimes it gives like a false positive. All right, vehicle coming up. And it should be passing me just about now. You can certainly hear it. Did a perfect job there. Another one coming apparently. It's getting closer. I love that it tells you how far away it is. It's really handy. There we go. And apparently another one coming. And because this relative speed was 16 miles an hour, I know that it was going to take a little bit longer to pass me. And there we go. That was just a bunch of instances of the radar just working basically flawlessly. So yes, does it work? Is it worth paying a significant premium for an e-bike that has this feature? I don't know. It's hard to say. Do I love it as a safety feature to have it in addition if it's included? Yes, of course. Unquestionably, having some of those things is cool. I just don't know if I would buy an e-bike specifically because it has the radar, especially if it comes at a significant cost. I'm of the mindset that when you ride a bike, you basically need to assume that every car is out to get you. I know that's maybe a bad thought, but you need to ride defensive and just be super aware of your surroundings. This just makes it a little bit safer than it otherwise would be. With that, let's get into our hill climb test and see how this motor performs. All right, this is the hill climb test. This is the hill that I test out all the electric bikes that I review on the channel. The GoPro makes it look so much smaller than it is, so I'll put up a picture as well as the specs. And first test will be throttle only. And we will see what the minimum speed is. Now, I do not have weight on the rear. If you're curious how the RadRunner motors perform with weight on the rear, I did the RadRunner and the RadRunner Plus reviews on this hill with my son in the rear. So this is unweighted, 16 miles an hour. And the wattage is just pegged at 750 watts. And actually the rad display was reading 17 when the GPS was saying 16. We'll go with the GPS. Minimum speed at 16 miles an hour up this hill, which is very impressive for what is being advertised as a 750 watt peak motor. All right, I'm going to go back down the hill and we'll see how the bike does up this hill with its torque sensor and pedaling. All right, here we go. Pedal assist level 1, we'll go in first gear and just getting around 100 watts of power. I could maybe make this work. I'm putting in a decent amount of effort, not like a ton, but only going 5 miles an hour. Let's go into pedal assist level 2. All right, instant relief there. It hit up to 400 watts, now hovering around 300. So certainly some relief there, but still putting in a decent amount of effort in first gear. Let's go into pedal assist level 3. A little bit more power there. Now remember with the torque sensor, if I do put in more leg power, I am going to get more power from the motor and creeping up to 9 miles an hour. Let's go into pedal assist level 4. Doesn't feel like a huge difference there. Let's shift up into second gear. That's going to make it a little bit easier to provide more pedal pressure. All right, and I did see around 500-600 watts now. Still cruising up though, around 8-9 miles an hour. And pedal assist level 5. And certainly I could just easily spin my legs here and cruise up the hill at 8 miles an hour, getting around 500 watts. And then, yes, more leg power. Let's shift up to fourth gear. All right, there we go. Not a ton of effort, but able to creep up into 14 miles an hour or so. And then of course, yes, you have the throttle, so you can still pedal alongside it if you want to. That'll just guarantee that you're getting full power from the motor. All right, with that, let's get into some third-person riding footage. I'll give you the key considerations as well as the pros and cons on the RadRunner Max. There's no question, the RadRunner Max is the best RadRunner yet, and maybe the best looking too in this emerald green, though that's the only color option. At $22.99, it's on the higher end price-wise, and once you add accessories, the price climbs quickly. The fully decked out build we tested with the Caboose passenger package, range extender, and extra battery came in at just under $3,400. Prices can change though, so check the link in the description for current pricing. Purchases through our link also support the channel at no extra cost to you. Thank you for your support. Here's what I like about the RadRunner Max, and then I'll get into some of the considerations. The frame isn't new, but it's versatile, fits a wide range of riders, and is just plain fun thanks to the smaller tires, BMX-style handlebars, and even moped mode when you drop the seat. The wider tires and suspension fork also add to comfort and stability. My wife, who can often be a harsher critic on some of the e-bikes I review, loved the RadRunner Max, and the kids enjoyed it too, which says a lot. The new Caboose Accessory is a great addition, though it's designed for older kids. My 5-year-old just reached the rear pegs, and unfortunately, the Thule seat isn't compatible, which feels like a missed opportunity. For non-parents though, don't worry, Rad still has plenty of storage options. Their accessories are of very high quality. Battery capacity is about average at 14 amp hours, unless you add the range extender, of course. Expect 30 to 50 miles depending on riding style, less if you're utilizing the right-hand twist grip throttle a lot, and more if you're sticking in pedal assist level 1. The 750 watt motor with 90 newton meters of torque performs better than you might expect for a 750 watt peak motor, cruising into the 20s easily with a nicely tuned torque sensor. I also appreciate the easy access top load battery. Other highlights include the hydraulic disc brakes, a trigger shifter, and thoughtful upgrades like Apple Find My, a brighter headlight with high beam, integrated rear light, RFID tags, Bluetooth unlock, class selection, of course the radar integration, and a larger center display that's easy to read and navigate. Even the kickstand deserves a mention here, which is important on utility and cargo e-bikes. It works great, loaded or not. Key considerations: at $22.99, it's pricier than some competitors, and accessories add up fast. The 120-pound rear rack capacity is good, but higher capacity would be better for adult passengers. Cable management, especially with the second battery, could be cleaner near the controller. And while all the tech upgrades are nice, there's still no Rad Power Bikes app yet, and I'd like to see a faster charger bundled with the range extender. If you're planning to purchase from Rad Power Bikes anyway, why not support the channel for free? Remember that link down in the description, or simply scan the QR code on your screen before you buy. Overall, Rad has delivered the features riders have been asking for: Class 3 speeds, Rad's first dual battery capable e-bike, and unique extras that we didn't even ask for, like radar. It's a higher priced utility e-bike, but one that's fun and functional. With Rad's expanding dealer network and a solid 2-year warranty, it's a strong option from a trusted US brand. Let me know your thoughts on the RadRunner Max in the comments. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I will see you in the next one.